Right off Main Street, stretching the width of Talcott Street, raised nearly 3 stories above the pavement, is this iconic copper footbridge built in the 1930s.
This was built by the G. Fox Company to attach to the building to your left was the warehouse. So lots of things were going on in that building. A lot of employees and patrons went back and forth on that bridge.
Once a gateway into the famous G. Fox department store.
When these owners, which were usually families, built these buildings and these bridges, they felt a real sense of community, that they had an obligation to the community to build architecture that was prominent.
The 90-year-old footbridge is no longer filled with traffic from working feet, and the warehouse it's attached to converted into a now out-of-service parking garage. The future for these structures is now uncertain.
We haven't seen plans yet for the total development, so you can't say that it's too expensive to save the building if we don't even know what the total development cost is.
Mary Falvey from the Hartford Preservation Alliance is hopeful this piece of history can be saved in some way for the city of Hartford.
We have to be creative in preservation, and we have to start thinking outside the box. We're never going to get it back again once they take it down.
Mayor Luke Bronin releasing a statement to Fox 61 reading, "This is one of those tricky situations where you have dual imperatives of preserving a piece of Hartford's history and making sure we can build for the future on a centrally located, strategically important site. I hope the footbridge can be preserved, but if the preservation at its current location is not feasible, then I think we also have to recognize that putting the entire burden for coming up with a plan on the new owners of that site could also disadvantage the city, which needs to see new development in that location." The developers are set to go in front of the city's Preservation Commission in February. In downtown Hartford, I'm Rachel Piscatelli, Fox 61 News.